Hi, boys and girls. This is part 2 of Wilbur's Boast. Today is Tuesday, April 13th. You will complete watching Wilbur's Boast part 2, and then in step 2, you're going to complete the assignments that I described to you in this listening video on slides 4, 5, and 7. All right. So again, this is the conclusion of Wilbur's Boast, which is from Charlotte's Web. Whoa, too fast, sorry. All right, here we go.
While the rat and the spider and the little girl watched, Wilbur climbed again to the top of the manure pile, full of energy and hope. "Everybody watch!" he cried, and summoning all his strength, he threw himself into the air, head first. The string trailed behind him, but as he had neglected to fasten the other end to anything, it didn't really do any good, and Wilbur landed with a thud, crushed and hurt. Tears came to his eyes. Templeton grinned. Charlotte just sat quietly. After a bit, she spoke. "You can't spin a web, Wilbur, and I advise you to put the idea out of your mind. You lack two things needed for spinning a web." "What are they?" asked Wilbur sadly. "You lack a set of spinnerets, and you lack know-how. But cheer up, you don't need a web. Zuckerman supplies you with 3 big meals a day. Why should you worry about trapping food?" Wilbur sighed. "You're ever so much cleverer and brighter than I am, Charlotte. I guess I was just trying to show off. Serves me right." Templeton untied his string and took it back to his home. Charlotte returned to her weaving. "You needn't feel too badly, Wilbur," she said. "Not many creatures can spin webs. Even men aren't as good at it as spiders, although they think they're pretty good, and they'll try anything. Did you ever hear of the Queensboro Bridge?" Wilbur shook his head. "Is it a web?" "Sort of," replied Charlotte. "But do you know how long it took men to build it?" 8 whole years. My goodness, I would have starved to death waiting that long. I can make a web in a single evening. "What do people catch in the Queensboro Bridge? Bugs?" asked Wilbur. "No," said Charlotte. "They don't catch anything. They just keep trotting back and forth across the bridge thinking there is something better on the other side. If they'd hang head down at the top of the thing and wait quietly, maybe something good would come along. But no, with men it's rush, rush, rush every minute. I'm glad I'm a sedentary spider." "What does sedentary mean?" asked Wilbur. "Means I sit still a good part of the time and don't go wandering all over creation. I know a good thing when I see it, and my web is a good thing. I stay put and wait for what comes. Gives me a chance to think." "Well, I'm sort of sedentary myself, I guess," said the pig. "I have to hang around here whether I want to or not. You know where I'd really like to be this evening?"
Okay. The first slide, slide 4, it says, how did each of the characters react after Wilbur threw himself into the air head first? So you're going to tell in the first screen right here, you're going to tell what Charlotte felt, then what Templeton felt, and then what he was feeling. So answers in the pink boxes on this slide. And then what did Charlotte compare building her web to? Answer in the pink box. And then why did Charlotte refer to herself as being sedentary? Okay, got to maybe use that page before it, and near the bottom it tells you what it means. Okay, or you can listen to it. All right.
"Where?" "In a forest. forest looking for beechnuts and truffles and delectable roots, pushing leaves aside with my wonderful strong nose, searching and sniffing along the ground, smelling, smelling, smelling. You smell just the way you are, remarked a lamb who had just walked in. I can smell you from here. You're the smelliest creature in the place. Wilbur hung his head. His eyes grew wet with tears. Charlotte noticed his embarrassment, and she spoke sharply to the lamb. Let Wilbur alone, she said. He has a perfect right to smell, considering his surroundings. You're no bundle of sweet peas yourself. Furthermore, you are interrupting a very pleasant conversation. What were we talking about, Wilbur, when we were so rudely interrupted? Oh, I don't remember, said Wilbur. It doesn't make any difference. Let's not talk any more for a while, Charlotte. I'm getting sleepy. You go ahead and finish fixing your web, and I'll just lie here and watch you. It's a lovely evening. Wilbur stretched out on his side. Twilight settled over Zuckerman's barn, and a feeling of peace.
Okay. So that very small part of Charlotte's Web is this Wilbur's Boast. Okay, what were the hurtful words the lamb used toward Wilbur? Write them, type them in the pink box, and tell how can we tell that Charlotte was a good friend to Wilbur? What did she do? Okay, and there's this last page just gives you a little bit about E.B. White. We just want you to know that he has two other pretty famous books. Stuart Little, which of course was made into a popular movie. And it's really cute and kind of fun. And the other one is The Trumpet of the Swan, another very popular book of his. All right, now you're going to go back to slides 4, 5, and 7 and answer the questions in the pink boxes. That's all for now.